Hi there, it's Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com, here with another game and return to Ravnica Block Constructed with Bant control. We won the die roll and he mulled to 6. This is a keep hand with the Temple Garden and Plains. We can cast the Celestia Charms, and the center here there's one off if we draw a land. The Jace is double blue, which is, we're in a bad spot to try to cast that, but we do have action with this hand. I don't see us mulling it, so we won't. So we'll start off with Temple Garden. And he plays a forest and plays a Deathrite Shaman, so it probably puts him on Golgari Aggro. And we'll play the Plains and pass it back to him. Golgari Aggro is extremely popular. We have a very good matchup versus it. And there is some variation. Some like to go Jund, some actually do like to go Junk as well. But the most popular Golgari Aggro is Deathrite Shamans, Trolls, Dreg Manglers. They can throw in either Jareds or Deadbridge Goliaths and stuff like Desecration Demon. The Celestia, or the Junk version, throws in Pack Rat, but it's a very easy deck for us to handle. So feeling good so far. This was round 1 of the Block Daily tournament. So we'll throw out a center healer because we do draw planes, and we're in good position here. So we'll attack and we'll put out this key rune. And now we're only 2 lands off of an Armada Wurm. And he puts out the Dreg Mangler and then attacks for 4. We're okay here. Hellfound's a great draw. Now we're only 1 away from Jace. And we'll get in there with the healer. And here he attacks, and so I will activate the key rune here to block his Deathrite Shaman. I know he's got something though, so we activate, and he responds by abrupt decaying it, and we'll respond back by tapping the key rune and plains, and put out a charm for Night token and get rid of that shaman. So we're in a very good position here. 5 versus 4 cards. We've got him down to 9, and we've got a charm in hand. But he keeps coming with the beats. A lot of the troll out, and since he doesn't attack, I'm digging for lands. I want to cast Jace, so I ditch into Azorius Charm for card. I don't know if that's the right move, but nevertheless, that's what we do. And I'll get in there with the Centaur Healer, and I baited him into this. I knew exactly what he was going to do. He was going to ditch a creature and regenerate. So we'll get some value out of it by casting a Celestia Charm on our healer and trampling through. Which I don't know if this, later on in the game, if this was the right move or not. But still at this position, I think it's the right move. So pass it back to him. And he discards a Slitherhead to his Lotleth Troll and puts it on his Dreg Mangler. Scavenges it, so diversifies the power here and attacks for 4. Okay, so here another Jace, which is a sucky draw. So we've got to spend our mana, so we'll Desphere Lotleth Troll before it gets out of hand, and we'll get in there for 5. And what happened there is he cast a Grizzly Salvage and he found a Deadbridge Goliath, and he's going to cast another one here and grab a Desecration Demon off of his Grizzly Salvage. So he's able to grab two big guys, and we need to find an answer for him soon. Killing that Kieran put us down on the mana, so we still need to draw a land, which we do. It's not a double blue, but a Temple Garden works, gives us our other green source for the Armada Wurm. And that Jared, we need to find an answer for immediately, or he is going to end the game. So we're 2 off from the Angel Serenity and 1 off from the Armada Wurm. He casts the Goliath, and he's not attacking here for fear that I have another Celestia Charm to exile a creature of his and then swing for the win. So we got some turn, and that was the absolute worst land we could have drawn because it comes into play tapped. It's the wrong mana source, not a blue. And we have to wait a turn to cast that Armada Wurm. So ship it back to him. Cast his Desecration Demon. Now we're really searching for an answer. We need to get rid of it as soon as possible. So I need to top deck a land here for the Angel of Serenity, which I top is Sphinx's Revelation. Now, unfortunately, we're going to have to play the Armada Wurm and try to put him under some sort of pressure and top deck a land for the win. Otherwise, he can untap and attack with the Desecration Demon. And he can even attack with more, forcing us to sack a Knight to tap down the Desecration Demon and blocking with our Centaur healer on the Goliath, but now he can sack his. If we don't do that, he attacks the Desecration Demon, does 6, and then sacks his Desecration Demon to his Jared, which then we lose the game because we're at 12. So we got to find an answer soon, or we're dead. So I'll cast that Armada Wurm. Maybe Sphinx's Revelation was the right play here. Probably was. So in retrospect, that's probably what I should have done to go fetch a land and gain some life to put us out of. But he still, if he top decked land, he could kill. He could do 11 damage. But yeah, that probably cost us the game not doing Sphinx's Revelation, because now we do have to sack it down and just pray for a top deck land, which it puts another Desecration Demon, and we don't get the land. So next turn, all he has to do is untap. And I guess we weren't dead here. He doesn't have the other mana source to sack his Desecration Demon and both Desecration Demons, but we're gonna have to pitch a dude, 2 dudes to his Desecration Demon, just leaving us with an Armada Wurm that he could. We'd have to kill. We'd have to chump his Dead Bridge Goliath, and then when we do draw a card for our Angel Serenity, if it is a land, then we have to exile Jared and the 2 Desecration Demons, which allows his Dead Bridge Goliath to be scavenged onto his Dragmangler, and then we have to block, and he gets his Desecration Demons back, and so it's just not a good. Probably going to lose that game. I don't know. Maybe that's a bad scoop. I was a little impatient. Maybe I miscalculated his lands. But we'll go on to match 2 here. And in the sideboard, if you've watched the deck tech video, then the Supreme Verdicts come in. I think I put in a Supreme Verdict and maybe an Armada Wurm or 2. But nothing much changed except for the Supreme Verdicts. Don't put the Syncopates in. So Tristani did come in. That's a card I have cut because she's extremely hard to cast a lot of times. A lot of times by the time you can cast her, you can cast an Armada Wurm instead. And there's nothing really for me to populate except for Armada Wurm tokens and Celestia Charm tokens, so not a big deal. So I just cut her for another Sphinx's Revelation. Better versus the control matchups. So we'll put out an Azorius Charm. Can't cast our Tristani next turn unless we draw a green source. And he goes to town with his Slitherheads, which is awesome because now he hits 6/5, so we do take 6 damage, but he wastes 2 creatures out of his hand and puts him in range for us to charm away, which we will do here. We'll see if he wants to. I missed what he got there. He grabbed a I don't know what creature he grabbed there, but he puts another Slitherhead in the bin here, so we're gonna wait and see. We're gonna give him the opportunity to scavenge away another Slitherhead to his Lotless Troll, and maybe even get more value out of our Celestia Charm. So let's see. He doesn't decide to do that, so we'll just remove his Lotless Troll. Basically a 3-for-1 there. Puts a Corpjack's Menace out, and those Slitherheads now become +2/+2 counters. But we've got a Supreme Verdict. We've got an Angel next turn. We're not in any lethal damage, I wouldn't suppose, even if another Slitherhead was in his hand, would make him up to an 8/8. But another Corpsjack Menace and scavenging a Slitherhead would put him up to 7/7. So Supreme Verdict, we're gonna wipe his board next turn with Supreme Verdict. Throw a Tristani here. I don't know why we did that. Maybe just in case we had to block. He throws out a Dragmangler, and a Grizzly Salvage finds him a Jared. Grabs a Jared with that Grizzly Salvage, and he scavenges the Slitherhead on the Dragmangler. So now we can block the Corpsjack. Didn't matter who we block because I think we do end up deciding the Supreme Verdict. And here I make a really dumb mistake. I activate the Celestia Key Rune in attack, and then I'm like, oh wait, I have to. I was 9 power on board. I have to Supreme Verdict here to get the best value. I could Despair, but I want that after the board is cleared to kill whatever. So I shake my head at myself. Stupid noob mistake and Supreme Verdict here. And kill my own Key Rune. I'm pretty sure my opponent's laughing at me right now. So he casts a Jared. We knew he had in hand, and we will Detention Sphere it. And now we're praying to top deck a land. That land that the Key Rune would have provided us. So, or the mana the key rune would have provided. So we'll get in there for 2 and might as well. Nothing else we have. So Goliath, that's fine. Hopefully land. Nope, a healer, but it allows us to block his Goliath and gain some life. And we'll just get in there for 2 again. So he's at 11. And 2 cards in hand. So he'll attack, we'll block. No point keeping the healer alive. Gives us another target in our graveyard for Angel Serenity. So we need a land, which we do get. So we'll play Angel Serenity and exile his dudes and get back a Trostani. Hindsight, since our healer is probably better to grab. Trostani's so awkward to cast. And he grabs a Vraska, gets back his 2 guys, but we get back our Trostani, and he can't cast any on the end of his turn. So we're just going to activate the Azorius Key Rune and take out his Vraska. And we got the Azorius Charm for when he casts the Dead Bridge Goliath next turn. So we'll do that. So he'll cast a lot the Troll and just a Deathrite Shaman. So we'll just discard our Azorius for a card because we have another Angel to get rid of those. But I'm just going to cast an Angel, grabbing them in my Centaur Healer. So what did I grab there? I grabbed my own Angel Serenity with Dead for Vraska. So I got Looping Angels now, which is awesome. And the other Centaur Healer. And I just grabbed his Deathrite Shaman so I could have a card of my own. And I'm not really worried about his Troll. So he discards a Dead Bridge Goliath and scavenges it back, making it huge. But it's okay, I got Looping Angels. We're fine. So we'll block. And he gets back his Deathrite Shaman, but we get back a healer and an Angel Serenity, and we have a target in our graveyard for Angel Serenity. So let's do it again. And grab his Troll this time, getting all those counters off of him, and grabbing our own Angel Serenity. So card advantage wise, he had to ditch a Dead Goliath to put those counters on his Troll, which gave him just 2 trample damage able to go through. And got our healer back, so we're net up 1 from that exchange, and plus 2 more cards from that. So good exchange for us. So puts out a Vraska, and he thinks a while here. He doesn't know what he's gonna do. He spent quite a while deciding what to play, because if he kills my Angel Serenity, then Looping Angels, just get back his Troll when he casts it. So he decides to kill the Detention Sphere to get Jared back. But he leaves his Vraska open again for a Key Rune to take him out, which I do decide to do, I believe. So I'll activate the Key Rune, I'll hold my Angel Serenity back to block in case I have to for some reason, and Detention Sphere the Jared again. So pretty much game's in a bag here. We win. Draws a land. Deathrite Shaman's doing nothing. We'll draw a land. We'll swing with the Angel Serenity. And we'll cast a Trostani here and a Centaur Healer, gaining us 6 life, really putting us out of reach for any sort of shenanigans. And he draws dead, and he's dead on board here. So we'll activate, and he scoops. So we'll go on to the last game. Game number 3, which he's on the play. And he keeps his hand, we keep our hand, his gray hand. Got everything we need. All our mana sources. 1 more generic mana can cast a Supreme Verdict. 2 Azorius Charms, which are awesome. They set him back a turn. Putting a dude back on top, so this game's looking really good for us. So far, just the Guild Mage, which doesn't really do much. Puts out a Troll. There's no regenerate up for the Troll, but we can't do anything anyway, so let's pass the turn here. And then we'll put whatever he attacks with back on top of his library. So we go with the Troll, not give him a haster back on top, and take 3. And now, if we want to, we can Supreme Verdict, which we will do. Get a 2 for 1 there, it's fine. Just need to slow him down a little bit before we can get Armada Wurm or Jace online. Desecration Demon, which is okay, because if he attacks, we'll do the same thing. We'll put it back on top of his library. So here he goes with it. He'll attack. And I will throw him back on top of his library. And we got another Detention Sphere for whatever we need. So Awesome top deck for Celestia Charm. Get rid of that Dead Bridge Glad. He's not getting any value out of it. And we'll get the Jace and a free +2, and we'll take the land there. If you see there, oh no, we didn't take the land. Well, he puts the land in one pile in the Angel Serenity. And I guess we do decide to take the Angel Serenity over the land, which is probably the smart move anyway, because we can't cast Armada Wurm. Yeah, we got 6, so we're fine. So he misses with a Grizzly Salvage and has to get a land with it. And he plays his Troll, which we knew he had. And he does have one up for his Regenerate, so we won't Verdict here. We'll just cast an Armada Wurm. We've got all the blockers we need for Jace. So Jace is online. And he'll cast another Desecration Demon. Just fine. So we'll Detention Sphere that. We'll -2 because we don't care about our Jace now. And Detention Sphere his Desecration Demon. And get in there. I actually wanted him to attack my Jace. I can't remember what he does here. Probably shouldn't have cast the center here. I should let him just kill my Jace so I could play my other Jace. But I guess he has nothing in his hand that can get him back in this game. Card advantage is clearly mine, so he scoops, and that was round 1 of the Block Constructed daily, which I did go 3-1. My other matchups were against Azorius Control and American Control. Azorius Control I didn't tape the game. I'm not doing a replay for it because he just scoops out of nowhere, and instead of conceding, I did have some pretty board presence and he was drawing dead, but instead of conceding game, he conceded match. Don't know if he meant to do that or not, so I got a good free win there, and I punted, big time player mistakes both games for against American Control, and I'm too embarrassed to replay or to make a video of that, so we'll stick with these two where yeah, I didn't even play that great in either one of them, but this deck did enough to get me a 3-1 victory. So it's now 4 3-1s and 1 4-0 for the block dailies that I've entered. So it's paid. It's pretty much paid for itself by now, even though it is a very expensive deck with 4 Angels and 4 Jaces. Anyway, this has been another match with Bant Control in Return to Ravnica Block Constructed. And this is Kevin from RogueDeckBuilder.com. Thanks for watching.